Now, for the first time in South African election history, independent candidates were able to contest the past polls. About 10 independents ran, but in fact, none of them performed well enough to be represented in the National Assembly. The highest performing candidate, though, was Thanasagren Moodley from KwaZulu-Natal with about 12,000 votes, with the second highest being Anele Mda in Gauteng. She received about 3,000 votes. Mda's actually giving a media briefing in Killarney about her performance. Let's listen.
Fresh perspectives, new and untested ideas, and a commitment to serving the people above all else. We are not beholden to party politics or special interest. We are driven by a desire to serve the people of South Africa unequivocally. The time has come for us to recognize that independent candidates are here to stay. We will not be silenced or marginalized by party politics or bureaucratic red tapes. We will continue to push for change, to fight for what is right, and to serve the people of South Africa with integrity and honesty. To those who voted for me, I want to sincerely thank you for your trust in me. Your vote is a testament to your desire for change and your commitment to building a better future for our country. I will not let you down. I will continue to work tirelessly to serve you and to build a better South Africa. To those who did not vote for me, I want to extend an olive branch. Let us work together to build a better future for our country. Let us recognize that we are all in this together and that we must work together to overcome current and past and future challenges in order for us to build a brighter future. In conclusion, I want to say that this election might have been imperfect, but it has also shown us that there is still hope for our democracy. We must continue to fight for what is right, to demand accountability unequivocally from those who have failed us, and to build a better future for ourselves and our children. Thank you once again for your support, and let us continue to work together towards a brighter future of South Africa. Thank you. And I think at this point, just to give an elaborative explanation and context in some of the issues that I allude on the statement, I think it is important that as we sit here doing this post-election reflection, it is under no means we are not under no means being seen as though we have convened here to attack the IEC in particular, but the most important thing is that we must equally not be silenced, or we must not be intimidated into having to go in the background and not raise fundamental issues that ought to be brought to the attention of the IEC. It's practically, it has no, there's no room for one to understand why is it that, for instance, on the very first day of special elections, you are already having IEC running out of ink, you are already having shortages of ballot papers, you are already having glaring mistakes of having ballot papers that are being transported without due police escort, as supposed to happen. Those are glaring things that you can't say, that you cannot attribute them to them being glitches. A glitch is an unexpected error in the system that you couldn't have detected. But when things that are supposed to have been properly planned for have not been properly planned, as a result, we then experience what we have seen. Also, the aspect of us speaking on some of the issues that are misdemeanors that we need to pronounce ourselves on the side of IEC, it emanates from the discontentment that people have expressed with us to say we don't feel as though we were done justice, because it doesn't help to go and vote for a person in a certain VD, and when the results of that VD come back, there's literally not even a vote of that one person that they know that I voted for this particular person. But I think it's also important for me to take this opportunity to say I want to give a special word of gratitude and heartfelt appreciation to my fellow contenders who are independent candidates, the likes of Blessings Ramuba, Faith Patela in Limpopo, a young woman in the hills of Limpopo who took this uncharted territory and entered in this journey. Thanasagren Moodley in KZN, Zahi Atmat in Western Cape, Mr. Louis Liebenberg here in Gauteng, Gauteng and Free State, as well as JJ Sissing in the Free State as well. I do want to extend my support to them to say it was a fight worth fighting for, and it was a cause that was just, because all of us stood in line to serve the people of South Africa. And I wish all of them in their individual journeys, whatever they decide to embark on, I wish them a good journey ahead and success in whatever that they do. And I do want to take a bow to say to them, we must never look at this moment as a moment that can ever be reduced. This was a mammoth and it's historical acknowledgement of the maturing of our democracy as South Africa, and us having been brave enough to stand up and raise our hand to serve the people of South Africa in this manner at the time when odds were so much against us. I salute them and I take my bow to them, and I say, may we not see the last of them standing. May we continue to stand again whenever the country requires of us to do so. I thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Anele. Thank you for this post-media briefing statement. Over to you, media houses. You can ask your questions. Thank you. Zara.
SABC. Yes. You talk about a commitment to change, to bring about change. Would you be open to going into any coalitions? Would you be open to having discussions about it? If so, are there any parties or any prerequisites on you entertaining discussions? And what's next? What's the next move for you in the political space?
Right.
Anele, Kai FM. I just wanted to get some clarity. Maybe if you give us a sense, you're saying that the IEC's treatment to you, particularly as independent candidates, was appalling. Can you just take us through some of those and what did you experience? Did you say you didn't get the same treatment as political parties? And I think Zara asked that. I just wanted to find out where to from now. Are you preparing for local government elections? Is that even a possibility for you to work with somebody? Just figuring out the fact that, there were a lot of challenges to get to this point. Are you still resolute or not?
This is Batley from SABC News. Can, on top of that, get your reaction to the pronouncement by the ANC yesterday on the government of national unity? What is your posture on that?
All right, thank you. I'll start with Zara's question. Yes, there is currently a queue of political parties that have reached out to me, obviously for different reasons, and are presenting. Some are presenting quite interesting, offers, and obviously some are just out and direct that we want to maneuver, and in our maneuvering we want to make sure that we put your name into a list of consideration, because I've been getting political parties that have indicated to me that as it is constitutionally allowed that the president may appoint two people that are outside of the cabinet, that are outside of parliament to serve in the cabinet. So there are political parties that have been touting my name along those lines to say, we want to secure your name, that we can speak about it, we can go and raise your name. And I think that on its own is coming from acknowledging the fact that whilst I might have done the work that I've done as an independent candidate, which culminated into me becoming an independent candidate, politically the work that I've done in the country is quite humongous and is known and is well documented. And the fact that I'm having different parties that belong to different sides of the coin, that on its own, it is testament to the fact that there are people who do not necessarily see me just as an opponent per se, but they also see me as a pivotal contributing factor into the navigation.
All right, so Anele Mda there speaking on the back of her electoral performance in a briefing in Killarney. She's essentially accepted the outcome, but is also pointing out what she says are glaring kind of shortfalls from the IEC. She's been questioned there about whether or not she's been approached by any other party since she didn't make it to the National Assembly. It seems, she says, options are on the table, but at this point she hasn't decided to take any of that up.